visit us because you're a lot more.
Call to order.
Okay.
And I Alright, we're on.
Hang on.
Okay. Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome. Alright. Signature. Holder. Now we get the minutes. Last week. Make a motion to approve the Board of Selectmen minutes for April 28, 2026.
I'll second.
Discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the manifest dated May 7th, 2026 in the amount of $33,898.81.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion to approve the manifest dated May 14th, 2026 in the amount of $354,237.67. Part of that was $266,430 was the school tax.
I'll second.
Discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mail. No mail?
No mail.
Awesome.
That's easy.
I'll get up.
Yep, I'll message her now.
Go ahead, chief.
I'll go first. I have May and April, or March and April, geez, I'm not May yet. I'll start with March. 217 calls for service, 1 arrest, 6 offense reports, 41 stops, 5 motor vehicle accidents, 1 canine deployment for a track. And then April, we have 267 total calls for service, 8 arrests, 9 offense reports, 35 motor vehicle stops, 2 accidents, and 5 canine deployments. 3 were for tracks, 1 was a drug search, and then 1 was a community event. Or sorry, 4 was tracks, it's a typo. Nope, 3, my bad. I had a different number on mine. So 3. All of which, except 1, was in Effingham. 1 of them was a mutual aid call to the town of Wakefield for a missing 10-year-old. Which was located, all the tracks in Effingham were successful.
So the one in Wakefield too, was it?
As we were getting the dog out of the car, somebody found her, so we'll call it a success.
Okay.
The other one was a missing juvenile down on Stevens Road, which we located. And the other one was a female in a mental health crisis that went up Green Mountain that we located. So, it was a good month for Jessie. We wouldn't have found any of them if it wasn't for her, so.
Well, good.
That's good.
How far was you up to the tower?
We were almost up, we were close to the water tower.
And most people wonder where that is.
If you go out behind the treatment center, there's like a trail system that kinda goes to the right, there's a water tower up there.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, we were, I'm gonna guess probably, JT went with me, 500-600 yards past the treatment center up the hill.
Okay,
We were a ways.
I'm talking about the fire tower.
Oh yeah, well, she went to a tower, just not the fire tower. But yeah, that was
Wow.
that was a success. We would have never found her if it wasn't for the dog.
Good. Any questions from the audience? None?
No?
If I may continue.
Please.
Update for Tucker, he's doing fantastic in his first week, he's doing awesome. With Pine River Road now being fully paved and all the way open, expect an extremely heavy police presence. I sat over there for like 4 hours straight yesterday, was just picking them off. We have the speed sign out over there as well,
I saw that.
so please go the speed limit.
Was that 45 then?
30.
45.
I will say that it just, in the midst of anybody having to pull over, they did a wonderful job shouldering it, but there is quite a significant drop off from where the shouldering ends to where the rest of the ditch
Especially
line
by,
begins.
by PK and, right
Yeah, so
side.
just use caution if you do have to pull over there. It is a significant drop off.
Yeah.
And then next week's, I'll be gone from Sunday to Wednesday to Massachusetts for our annual national certification with Jesse and I. So I'll be out of the area. Brian will be available if anything should arise, and I'll be home Wednesday night.
Great,
That's all I have.
questions? None? Thank you very much, chief.
Thank you.
I did have one thing,
Yes.
sorry,
That's
put
okay.
on your radar, there's a guy that bought a lot on Green Mountain Road in the area of
Yes.
373. He's there on the weekends, often working on his lot. If he can move his stakes and get his truck off the road so it stops creating a traffic hazard, you guys wouldn't mind just
Yeah.
putting that bug in his ear. Come over that little rise by Smith Family Tree Service, that guy's truck's there and the car's in the
I
middle of the
saw him
road.
the other day and I had him move it. He was actually just coming out of the woods by Dale's, so. I'm hopeful that will help curb the behavior, but I'll definitely put it
Thank
in
you.
everybody's ear.
Right. Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you.
Rebecca, you're up.
Yes, let's see, wasn't I just here?
Yes, it seems
We
like,
just did March, right, now we're doing April. Seven permits.
Must be six. Six,
5, 6, 7,
or seven.
7 on the first page.
If you look right there, it has the permit numbers and I count 7,
Number 16 through number 22,
Alright,
right there.
yeah, and I didn't bring a copy of the,
I'm just looking at this date. 3/31.
Oh,
I was looking at those dates.
so,
It was just on the first day,
gotcha.
last day, first
pretty
day.
straightforward, we had, a shed, a master bath addition, roof mount solar array, a pole barn, couple of 150-day RVs, and then the rebuild of Chris Carlson's, the new house down at Chris's after the fire. So that's what we put through in April, and, not much else to report.
This is a procedural thing that I never thought of until just this moment. Do we charge for the building permit for somebody that gets burned out?
Well, he paid for it, yeah, I mean, you certainly could have waived it, and in the future, we could talk about whether there's some kind of a
Agree.
tragedy like that, you know, he came right in with the checks for that in the RV. You know, if he had asked or someone suggested, I certainly would have come back to you and said, you know, well, how would you like to proceed? I mean,
I
certainly be
think
a
we should,
gracious thing to do. I don't know,
we can talk about this afterwards, but I think we should consider refunding that, I mean, he was burnt out of his house.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, well, that's between you and the financial officer.
Yep.
How to work that out, but personally, I agree, that would be a very nice gesture. And, I'm not sure how many others I've come up with in the
I mean, you know,
years we've
there's
been here.
several different ways to look at that, I mean, he didn't have to choose to rebuild,
Yeah.
right? And certainly didn't have to choose to rebuild and stay in Effingham, and he does, and, you know, we wanna keep our residents here, I think, and,
Right.
you know, and it was a very tough situation, so.
Yeah. And
thank
he's
you.
always been really good about getting his permits and, you know, he's one of the 3 property owners in town that's a grandfather for 2 RVs. And he's always been good about getting his paperwork in and everything, so.
So how should we go about that? Should we? I mean,
Well,
it'd be one,
her point, we can talk about that in other business, well, if that's on there.
I mean, there would be in the stuff that was sent around with this report, there would be a copy of the building permit application that would show how much he paid, cause it would show the square footage and,
yeah, but going forward, you know, another person gets into that same situation with, you know, burning and stuff, how do we avoid the situation again?
well, I think you might need to choose, and I don't know how financial policy is made with the Board of Selectmen, but I would think that you would wanna adopt some kind of policy for, you know, personal tragedy, often known as acts of God or whatever, that the town wants to be generous or supportive or whatever. But I would think that the Board of Selectmen would just vote for a policy statement about it and just add to whatever vote you're taking that when it happens, the zoning officer be aware that might fall under that category.
Right.
We don't want people torching their
Right.
homes to avoid a building permit fee, which seems highly unlikely. But you do need to be careful that people who have a minor, barn collapsed after years of neglect, saying, well, it wasn't our fault, we don't wanna pay for the.
Yeah, we're talking about burning and stuff,
Yeah.
right.
It would be a policy thing, I just
I think it's a great idea,
kinda sparked one.
I agree with you.
and I don't think it needs to be, on the fee schedule, I think it would be, this specific policy. We talked about moving forward on the fee schedule, but I haven't, it's only been 2 weeks since I was here before, haven't done any exploration as to other towns' fees or anything like that.
Right.
So when somebody's remodeling their whole house, do they need to apply for a permit?
When they do a full interior model that
Outside, inside? No?
Yes, if the bathroom, if it's a total inside, which includes complete bathroom and kitchen, then it really falls enough within our zoning ordinance to require a building permit. Interior work that's a little bit here, a little bit there, no, we don't, cause it doesn't affect the footprint, but there's language in the zoning ordinance that allows us to say if it's a full gut and redo. And for that, I use the guidelines of if it's a total bathroom and kitchen replacement, cause that's the clearest guidelines, rather than saying, well, if you take down a wall or whatever,
Okay.
We actually, you should be very familiar, we had a case that was a complete remodel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
Okay. We'll talk later.
Okay. Anything else?
the property that we approved, on, Old Pound Road, they get an RV permit and they get a building permit, that's moving right along nicely, and the property's cleaned up, and you
Okay,
can see from the roadside, it's, it's looking good, so just as
Great.
an update for you,
good, I
so.
haven't been up there. but,
Foundations in, and
I've stopped turning down Morris Avenue to check that lot every time I'm on the road.
that's
because-
clean.
Oh, it's clean as a whistle.
Yep.
And I think I only talked to the owner once, but I talked to an engineer they had, so it sounded like they were ready to jump through all the hoops they needed to, so I think the neighborhood's gonna be real pleased with that.
Yep.
Upgrade.
Yep.
And,
Good.
okay,
Any
Okay.
questions, additional questions from
I
the
have,
audience?
I have one thing to bring up, I'm working on all the map revisions and fixing and getting everything fixed before I leave, and, we've been getting, copies of a map of the Lord's Hill district over the years, which records any changes. It's a zoning map, and it records any lot changes within the historic district and the village overlay, and we've never done one for Center Effingham. And I think that we should, it is a smaller district, but having a single map where you can see the historic district and the surrounding village district in one map, rather than looking at, having to shuffle the maps together and look at the dotted lines and make sure they've got the dotted lines, would be helpful, and there's a one-time fee, and then it'll just roll through with all our other ones, but it seems like that we should go ahead with that,
It makes sense.
get that through.
Yep, sounds good to me,
Yeah.
and you did just rattle my brain about something else, the two most recent subdivided lots at the intersection of Providence Lake Road and Nutter Road. If you go on Access GIS, then no identified, it says no, so does Elena do that?
It may be that,
Notify
it may
access.
be that what Access GIS is using is not the updated maps. So they, when we go on our avatar here, it tracks everything that Elena has put in right up to the day. The stuff that Access GIS is using is only the avatar information that was provided for them the last time it went out to the public, so that may be the reason for the lag.
Cause both those lots have since sold since they've been subdivided, so,
Right, and we would have the records of that, it's just they might not be
okay.
out
So it's a
there.
matter of Elena reaching out to Access to update,
Caitlin's got a An answer.
Just to add to that, if it's owner stuff, I usually update Access GIS every
You do?
3 months. Yes.
Okay,
Cause I have all the stuff, I usually do it every 3 months, I don't do it every week, but every 3 months I try to go in and do the update,
okay,
So I will be doing that update here shortly.
Okay.
so it may just be an update lag,
And
that's all.
Jude,
I notice that too, cause I use the Access GIS when I'm handling a client at home, when I'm not working, and, you know, I recognize that the information isn't quite as updated as I'm used to on the
Right,
desktop out there, so.
and just so you know, we started a dialogue with both KRT and state of New Hampshire because Jason Bickford was in here last week. And I didn't think of it until after he left, so I called him and Caitlin and I talked and, we've started the, research for Jolly Rogers and for,
Are you talking about Mac?
nope. Plantation Road,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, to get that
right,
figured out,
right.
but
yeah,
the priority would be Jolly Rogers.
yeah, okay, well, yeah. If I get all the little scrappy bits of mapping stuff figured out, then new stuff that comes on will be perfectly manageable, so, yeah. I'd actually like to see, I mean, it's not for you guys, but I would actually like to see the planning board revisit the village overlay for Lord's Hill. Because if you look at the Lord's Hill map, you look at the historic district and then you look at the village overlay, and there are lots that abut parts of the historic district that are like 1,000 feet deep, and it's zoned as village district all the way to the back, and it just doesn't make sense to me. But it would have to be revisited as an entire, presentation at the annual meeting. You know, it would be an amendment, and they would have to probably work with every property owner. Now, I can't imagine that property owners that are currently zoned village district would object to their village district designation only being 300 feet or 500 feet back from the road rather than all the way back, but that would be the way it would be properly done, and in fact, some of the lots are done that way. So I may not get to see that through. I've offered to meet with the planning board, but so far they haven't invited me to come and play in their sandbox, so who knows?
Alright,
Alright, okay,
Okay, no questions? Thank you, Rebecca.
alright.
Thank you very much.
Got somebody back there. You wanna stop before you leave, or if I leave and you're still here, I'll just give you the updated one, you're gonna make another attempt?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Selectmen's report. Rose, you're up.
You didn't have one?
We did this last meeting.
Okay.
We did both.
Besides attending several public and non-public meetings, which select people are usually there for. I did attend the Historic Heritage Commission meeting last night, and, just a couple of things. They're bringing forth on Saturday, June 27th, at 2:00 it's a Saturday, it's in the afternoon, Rebels in Red Coats program. It'll be at the historical building. It won't be up here, it'll be there. It should be very interesting and a lot of fun, actually. Also, on July 4th, they are planning, a reading of the Declaration of Independence at the bandstand on Lord's Hill. They're asking people if they would like to read a line or two. To please let the town office know, and they'll get the information to Susan. If you happen to have any colonial style clothing you would like to wear that day, there will be refreshments after. It'll probably be around 11 or 12 on that day, on July 4th. Please wear the garb if you would like. It should be really a lot of fun, to hear the declaration being read. If you have any children, grandchildren that would like to be a part of that reading, just let them know. In addition, we have two committees. The Heritage Committee is looking for an alternate, anyone that might be interested in becoming an alternate, as is the ZBA. Is also, and I'm announcing that here only because hopefully someone on YouTube will listen to this and say, oh, okay, let me get in touch, I wanna be an alternate. So just a heads up for that. The other thing is, in the library this Thursday, the Secretary of State will be there again to answer additional questions about the voting laws that have changed. He'll be at Effingham Library at 4 o'clock, 4 to 6. If you can attend, Leo and I went last time he was there, and it was pretty informative. So he is coming back. He did say he would come back because people had a lot of questions.
He couldn't answer.
He couldn't answer, and he's gonna come back with those answers. So if you can, by all means, please come. And that's it.
Thank you, Rose. You're up.
Well, despite the fact that I'm supposed to be on vacation,
You went to the mall, I know you
no, I
did.
didn't go to the mall. I did come to the town office a couple of times, but, as most people may know, hopefully by now, Pine River Road is completed. And, I think it came out fantastic and huge difference. It does come with a new problem, which is his problem, and that is the motor vehicle traffic and the way it travels. Road grading is going on, ditching has been done. I am well aware that, there are some roads that there is stockpiles of leaves and debris that need to be picked up. It's a work in progress whenever, Evans has the trucks available for the loader to load them and haul off the stuff that gets piled up. That's leaves and duff and sticks and stuff like that, and that's some of our ongoing ditching projects and, getting the ditches really cleaned out aggressively and drains cleaned out. Something that was in our road work, goals for the summer. Work has began on Hutchins Pond Road of, removing some trees and doing the mowing. And that will continue. The road is closed when they're doing that. Tyler obviously has been made aware, but, if you see a road closed, then please pass this along. If you see a road closed sign, that means it's closed. If you live on that road, and you need to approach somebody that's in a machine because you live halfway over that road or whatever, just use caution and do so. Please don't jump into people's vehicles and move them.
That's what I was gonna say.
So that did happen with our contractor, the road was closed, the vehicle was blocking the road, and this gentleman who couldn't be bothered to go around, decided to jump in the contractor's vehicle and move it himself, so, certainly nothing that we condone, and, yeah, let's not be doing that. I went and did a lot of walking and measuring, spent several hours at the fire station yesterday, fire station number 2, Murray Field. Met with the, local tree company that we've been using for, since I've been in office, and before that, Smith Family Tree Service, they do a lot of our tree removal. Met with Dale yesterday, identified trees that, we would like to have removed, behind the fire station, obviously. In our storm in 2024, a big leader came down and damaged the roof that wound up in an insurance claim, to repair the roof, so if we could be proactive and take some of the trees down. Some of the trees that were identified are on the neighbor's property. I did meet with the neighbor, and got his permission to, take down anything. Obviously, he's a taxpayer here as well, so, that fire station is his fire station too, so. He's more than willing to, I did speak with another neighbor, just to the north of the fire station, and he expressed the same thing yesterday, that if we have to take any trees that are on his property, please go right ahead and do so.
Do we need that in writing?
The more trees we take down, the less trees he has to take down, so.
Do we need it in writing from the,
I mean, it was, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea, just a CYA, but,
yeah,
I can try to draft something up, see if there's some sort of language out there, or AI that will assist me in drafting something, and I'll get something down. It's no different than if anybody accepts ditching material.
Right.
We never found anything, right? You and I talked about that the other day, so I gotta write something up, I'll steal something from a neighboring town, some language. So if anybody accepts ditching material, they're owning the liability if they get some sort of trash, glass, or Japanese knotweed or something like that.
Or needles.
That would be fall into trash, so.
Yeah.
While I talked to Dale, he tentatively, and when I say tentatively, he's got it on his schedule, if the board agrees that they don't wanna move forward with this, then he'll take it off his schedule, but if you do, he'll leave it on his schedule, and that is to start doing, brush cutting on Plantation Road. Between the shoulder and the stone wall, some areas, it's very, very narrow, I'm gonna say 10 feet, in some areas it's 15 to 20 feet, but the vegetation is it's beyond a mower. And it encroaches into the road horribly, that road's already super narrow as it is. And I think that would be a good starting point, there'd be about 3/10 of a mile. Roughly 3/10 of a mile that would need to be addressed, that's the worst. And he would, do his day rate, so.
That would be in roadside mowing?
Correct, and brush clearing.
Okay. Yeah, no problem, agree.
Okay.
Needs to be done.
And then obviously, yes, brook number 3 or third brook or Wilson's Brook, on Townhouse Road, continued beaver problems, so. That, we'll continue to address, and, I am aware, and thank you, Steve, and some other folks, that, the signs do need to be pulled, and they will be, that's a pavement end on Pine River Road. And hopefully, the sticky fingers are over. Another sign was taken this past week, within the last 2 weeks since our last meeting. I shouldn't have brought it up, that, when that sign has to be replaced, it's very expensive because it's very long, because somebody decided they were gonna steal it. That sign cost us $203 last time, the Wilson Swamp Road, and, it was taken, one of them was taken again, so.
So you put a new one up and it was taken again?
No, I mean, we talked about it in
Right,
a meeting,
right.
but the last time we met in a public meeting, I used that as an example of how costly the signs can be, so. So hopefully, I'll be putting together a sign order and I'll run it by you, everybody, before we order it.
What if we just get a big flat stone, just put,
Yeah, really,
like we did with Libby?
like, yeah,
I mean, that would be great, but that doesn't satisfy E911, so
Yeah, I know.
they're the ones that set the standard on the signage and the size and reflectiveness and so forth, so.
I agree.
Yeah. So, and, lastly, have started the dialogue, I mentioned it, with, Rebecca, that, with Jolly Rogers Village and a couple other mapping discrepancies in town. That one in particular on Plantation Road, really thinking about that last night, it's not just about the fact that somebody's not identified as having the right amount of acreage of their lot, there's actually one entire lot that's missing. Completely, so it goes a little bit deeper than just an inaccurate acreage.
Right.
There's a whole lot missing altogether that needs to be identified, so. So,
Okay.
Chris, speaking about signs and the, work that's going on the road of cutting the brush back, we gonna end up with a town sign saying where we end and where Wakefield starts?
that's actually Ospey, but yeah, we actually, it's funny you say that, so we need to update several of our, town line signs. And I found some new, I went through the shed, the other day and kind of somewhat organized it and found, 5 newer. 3 new, brand new, 2 newer than, in better condition than what we currently have. Town line signs that will be going up, so.
Right,
With any luck, I'll, be able to do that myself without having to pay somebody to do that, but, But yeah, that will be one of them. But the other question is, getting everybody to agree where that town line is. I know that sounds funny, but,
Well, Pine River would be, kind of.
not Pine River Road,
Hutchins Pond.
Hutchins Pond Road.
Oh, yeah,
Can you tell me where the town line is?
nope. But I was just looking at the Pine River with the
That's why
angle.
I'm asking you where the sign's gonna go.
So because in the wintertime, the town of Ospey turns around at the last residence and they back into, a turnaround in the state forest. And there's blue markers that identify the boundary marker for the state forest, and there's a certain amount, of people that believe that that's where the town line is. But it's not, the town line is much closer to the top of the steep hill,
Right,
historically. And there's probably only a few people that really know where the town line is.
Not me. I always thought it was that big sign on the end, just before you get to the first house on the other end of that.
Oh, really, on the other end?
it's a floating line.
Yeah. You know, we was always gonna run that line from, the Granite Road across there, but we never did.
Okay. So it's about, I mean,
Where the big hill that goes up?
yeah, so there's a steep hill.
Yeah, yeah, we got all the ruts.
So it's only about 200, maybe not even 200 feet. When you crest the top of that hill,
Yeah.
that's where the town line actually
That makes
is
sense.
supposed to
It's
be.
at an angle, yeah.
But it's not, we're talking almost a half mile from that point as to where they identify the town line being now.
Yeah,
Wow,
So, again, it's, who says where the town line is, but that is actually something that, we are supposed to do every once in a while, and that's delineation of the town lines.
I
Roads
figure
are,
it's important, like if something happens, that you be able to, know what township something's
Right.
going on in, you
Good
know?
point, yeah,
Sure.
absolutely, yep.
yeah,
so when we grade that road, how far does, Kevin go?
They do the whole thing.
To where the turnaround is. That's currently being utilized.
So we're doing Osprey's?
Potentially, again, it's never really been delineated, so getting a GPS out there, to
Or
Steve's
do the-
point, and identifying where that is,
Yeah.
we know
go on.
who's responsible for what.
Get an app, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I actually have a GPS, I brought it out yesterday, and we'll be talking about that later on, I'm not gonna talk about that right now.
Thank you.
Thank you. All set.
Thank you.
Leo, I'm sorry to interrupt, but before you go into yours,
Oh,
it is
yeah.
5 p.m.
5
we need to open.
Alright, did you put it on here?
Yes,
Yeah, it's at the very top. 5 p.m. the opening
Oh, yeah.
of bid.
Alright, this is for the roof.
these have been kept in a mayonnaise jar,
Put my
you gotta
knife.
hold it up to your head. Johnny Carson, nobody? Nobody ever watched Johnny Carson?
Preston.
We're with you, Chris.
How much close?
You need to have.
29,000.
This is from WH Demons Roofing Division. God damn it, here. Should've sharpened my knife. Last page?
Nope. That's a W-2. That's their insurance. $43,947.
I like your estimate better.
yeah, really,
Yeah, we'll take 29, Chris.
43, huh?
Okay. Marking this down. Get the envelope. Got the envelope.
I don't know, I have two envelopes. I don't have an envelope, do
I
I?
mean, this one.
They're the same. You gave me that.
How much was it? 43,
43,946.
946?
This, can you open that, please?
147.
This was inside of this envelope.
Really?
I think that's the actual bid.
Yeah, that's the priority mail, I didn't wanna open any part of it, cause I didn't know where the bid was, so I just left the whole package together.
The salvo, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, I apologize to the company if I'm butchering that.
Find it?
Yep. Sure did. $46,000.
That was even, Chris?
Yes.
Just wanna make sure.
Was that in this? And Melanson, $45,000.
Oh, my. Got a whole book here. Do I mark it?
I just wanna make sure there wasn't any change. It was 45 days. I think we may have
Chris, are they stripping or are they just going over with another
stripping.
strip?
Right on the first.
Obviously, we will, there was a scope of work and we'll review these before we award it to make sure that they're all oranges, 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 and not apples and oranges, and
Gotta read the bids and everything else, make sure.
the final one is JB Roofing Systems for $38,975.
Cheapest.
You got it?
That's your envelope. Should have made the warrant article a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, we should have.
Guess prices went up, let's see, that would be that one right there is $10,000, so
25% almost.
that's 25-30% increase.
Oil,
Mark it.
I didn't the very first one, just so you know.
with the ship.
I did the first one.
Okay.
Alright. Have to plan a
A work session.
work session and review it. Next week.
Whatever works for the board, I'll make work for me.
You on vacation next week? We can schedule it.
No. No, my vacation doesn't last that long. But that's fine.
What's that, Tuesday? Dude,
You're good for that one.
Thursday, whatever. I'm good. Like, whatever you wanna schedule, get this done. Did I do my selectmen's report or not?
No, you did not.
No, you
It
didn't.
was interrupted. I mean,
What did I do? Building committee, non-public, selectmen. Play with the beavers a little bit. Also did station one. Cut all the brush back.
Oh, the brush, yeah.
Yeah, fixed the squirrel hole. So,
Thank you.
that's plugged. So that's done. So. Bunch of other stuff going on, but did some, analysis on, JP Pass, but we'll discuss that later. So, Caitlin?
I was just looking at the calendar. As already heard, the Taylor Roger Campground has, started. I've been emailing back and forth with the assessing company as well as DRA. DRA was here the last couple weeks, they're doing their reviews regarding exemptions, current use, land use change tax, all of that, so they came to review the files to make sure everything was in order. Tax warrant will be prepared sometime this week, which means I'll need the selectmen to sign as well. That's so we can start processing and get those bills out by June 1st for July 1st. Chris was
Didn't I just pay my tax bill?
I was gonna say, it
Is that
just
right?
seems like it was yesterday.
I know.
It's gonna be 6 of them this year.
The special revolving funds for both police and fire have been created, I was notified by the treasurer, that was set up. I'm actually going to meet with the Milton Town Administrator, they have a police and fire one that they do their details and payroll out of, so I'm actually meeting with him on Friday to see how they process all of that and how they handle their accounting. So that way we have a general idea of how, taxes and all that stuff would work. The school board representative will be here on the June 9th meeting. The summer roads RFPs are posted on the website and places after our last meeting. The new transfer station stickers should be here hopefully by the end of next week. So they'll be available at transfer station and here at town hall. Rose, in regards to your alternate statement, is this something that should be posted on the website?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I would believe, so were they both,
All of it,
alright,
yeah, and there will be posters coming out and more information.
alright, so it's historic district, heritage commission and ZBA. Alright,
The
so,
ZBA for the alternates, yeah.
alright, both alternates, okay, so I'll get that posted. Now, in regards to having a work session to review the roof RFPs, did we wanna aim for Thursday, and in that sense, the warrant will hopefully be prepared for selectmen to sign as well?
It's fine with me.
The only thing is times, I don't wanna interfere with anyone's already scheduled plans.
I'm on permanent vacation.
Yeah, I'm free that,
This Thursday or next Thursday?
This Thursday,
This Thursday?
yes,
Yeah, it's fine. Doesn't matter when.
well, this Thursday, 4 o'clock is when the Secretary of State is gonna be at the library.
so aim for 3,
Just,
do you think 3 would be a good enough time?
No.
A little tight.
2:30? Okay, alright,
You know how we are.
I know.
Leo gets talking and next thing you know, 2 hours gone by.
Alright, so I'll post it on the website for an agenda for Thursday the 14th at 2:30.
To me, it could be at 3:30, I'd be alright.
But that was all,
That's it.
I'm all.
Thank you, Caitlin.
You're welcome.
Business. Elm Street. Do I talk on that or
No.
no?
So these are pictures from a resident on Elm Street, regarding the Elm Street paving that was done, correct me if I'm wrong, 3 years ago.
2023.
Yep,
God bless
3
you.
years ago.
Thank you.
They have concerns about the, apron, if I'm using the correct terminology there. With it being a little heightened, it is catching, I believe it's their tow hitch. They wanna see if there's any way the town can resolve this issue. And then those are, like I said, those are the pictures of the end of the driveway.
And this started after they bought the vehicle, their trailer?
That I don't know for sure. I don't feel confident answering that.
So this first got brought up
It was a year ago.
about a year ago. And I went and looked at the driveway. And yeah, there are gouges there, and yes, there's an elevation But yeah, I mean, from my standpoint, in my opinion, is the road was paved in 2023. We've since done Ryfield Road. We did the first portion of Pine River Road and now the second portion of Pine River Road, and that was kind of the driving force behind these folks reaching out now, was to say, hey, we know that they're working in the area, they're gonna do the second half of Pine River Road. Maybe you guys can address our issue while we're here doing this. I mean, nothing was said when the road got paved. Nothing was said for a
They
year,
backfill it themselves right up to it.
so it's paved.
Paved driveway.
It's a paved driveway, so. So I mean, the issue is, I mean, over a year went by after the road was done, before anybody reached out to us. So, I don't know, I don't see how it's our. I mean, yes, Elm Street got elevated because it didn't get ripped out and, put back. It got reclaimed. When you reclaim, you're taking the material that's there and you're putting it right back in the roadbed and putting all new material on top of that. So it did get elevated some, which it desperately needed, to raise for drainage and things of that nature. I mean, if they'd reached out a lot sooner, I mean, we've done 3 projects since then, at least 2 projects since then, with no response, and it's not until now, so. I mean, if we start addressing one, we're gonna set a precedence for every single driveway that we go in front of,
It was the same size
justifiably
apron,
so.
same size apron as everyone else got, right?
Yes, it's the standard
The
2 foot apron.
standard
yeah.
2 foot apron,
Okay, so we move on. So you're taking care of the school graduation?
Signing diplomas.
and
That, I have more to that.
Please add.
Okay, so every year, I believe, and I don't know if fire and police will also be doing anything, but at least on town side, we usually get something for the graduating class. I come to the board every year, ask if you guys are willing to provide them a little something for their graduation.
what did we do last year?
Last year I did Walmart gift cards, and I wanna say I did, I don't remember how much, I'd have to look
Yeah, I don't
backwards,
remember.
but
Was it $25 or something like that?
I wanna say I set a limit of like 250 or something is what I'm recalling. For,
It wasn't any.
not for each kid, see I'm looking, like for the total, and then got
No, it
gift
was more than
cards.
that, I thought it was a little more
There's
than that.
15 kids this year.
I was gonna say, it's a big class this year.
It's $375 for $25 a piece.
I'm willing to do whatever the board wants, I could do gift cards, I could do something different, I could do less.
Gift card sounds good, cause that way, we. Or you wanna do 20?
The only problem I have with gift cards is
Yeah,
it's supposed to be a gift, what's the word I'm looking for?
Or,
We're showing our congratulations, and I'm sorry, words are really escaping me right now for some reason, but,
What did you say?
Scholastic attainment.
right.
we're
Achievement.
And,
celebrating.
and their achievements and so forth, and we're putting a burden on the folks because they're graduating from 6th grade. It's not like they have their driver's license and they can drive themselves to Walmart.
Well, that's
And I don't know if anybody noticed, but Walmart isn't down the street, it's
No,
not
it's
like
not.
job lots. So often what happens is when you're putting a burden on, especially given the fuel prices. So we may wanna, I mean, we have till June 15th, we may wanna think outside the box a little bit as far as the
I
gift
can do a
goes.
little bit of research, maybe see if we could do like gift bags instead with like maybe school supplies for their up and coming new
Or
years.
maybe like Bobby Sue's.
I was
gift
just
cards
thinking
instead of
Bobby
Walmart.
Sue's.
I wish
The
we had a
local
nice good place in
business.
town to support, but
That's not a bad idea either.
Make sure I get a gift card too.
We all need those.
No, actually, that's not a bad idea either, so could do something along those lines or.
I don't have a
putting
problem with
gift bag
Bob's.
together.
Or spread, do like a 50-50, cause it, you know,
I could do that, yeah,
Dairy
get-
bar maybe,
I'm sorry?
dairy bar for,
Well, yeah,
that's true,
the
too.
dairy bar or Eldridge Sap House, or they have really good ice cream. I'm always.
Oh, yeah, the maple.
The blueberry lemon cheesecake ice cream they had this weekend.
field trip.
That relation to you?
No, actually,
No, yeah, no allergies to the related to.
there's a lot of movements.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
would
maybe,
probably be
maybe do
better
like
than
a
Walmart.
small gift card and maybe like pens or stuff like that and just do like a little gift bag.
Come up with something. But what's the total
What's the
price
price?
range? 25 each?
Yeah, and you can buy a lot of ice cream, $25.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if you go with two, Eldridge and,
Yeah. Oh, you
up
mean
with
two for you?
Yeah, I'll come up with some, I'll let you guys
Yeah.
know when I come up
Alright.
with,
alright, appreciate it.
maybe we can,
Alright, then we have a historical district, you're on that, right?
Yes,
You wanna
sure.
read that out, it's yours, you're on a,
Okay, the historical district is asking that we approve the appointment of Barbara Savage as an alternate for a 3-year term. She's she filled out the remainder of Teresa Swanick's term and now needs an appointment for a full 3-year term. So they would like us to approve that.
making a motion,
I make a motion that we approve it.
second,
I do, second,
all in favor?
Aye,
aye.
Aye.
but they do still need another alternate.
The municipal offices will be closed Monday, May 25th in observance of Memorial Day.
I believe that's coming up.
Alright, now we're open to public comments. I saw Steve go first.
Just something.
Steve Regal.
Yeah, just something quick, I'd like to get myself caught up, I haven't been to a few of the meetings. Was there any traction on that loader that you were looking for from the government?
Negative.
Okay, that's all I want to know, thank you.
That's it? Alright,
Sir,
Loader was quick.
Mr. Spencer.
say, please.
Our not so
Oh,
friend
excuse-
on iWatch,
Mr. Spencer, say your name so we can have it on,
David Spencer.
thank you.
Yes.
Well, he's never stopped, okay, but now it seems to be increasing again as far as his antics. So 2 Sundays ago, it started at 5:15 with fireworks.
Yep.
And then some burning of trash. Right? Last night it was 10:15. That night. Right? So I'm looking for a disorderly conduct arrest from you, to him. Because I think it's raised to that point. And he's really being annoying and he's really terrorizing the neighborhood to some degree. Right?
I apologize, when was the burning?
2 Sundays ago.
Okay.
And it started at 5:30 in the morning.
Okay.
But he took off because the wind was going to the neighbor that he really doesn't like, right? And then it came wafting my way, right? And it looked like he took off, as I walked up the road and I didn't see his truck.
Was there an address for this place?
22 Highway Road. As far as disorderly conduct, it's a violation level offense, so if you folks are willing to write a statement when these violations occur, we'll have to draft a warrant where it's not in our presence. If we observe any behavior, we can act on it because it's in our presence, if not, we need you guys to write us a statement based on what you observed. And then we're gonna have to prove who it is, because, yeah, we know who it is, but I need to be able to prove in front of a judge beyond a reasonable doubt who is doing the firework lighting. There's multiple people there every time we go there. Do you see where I'm going with that? Like, I understand that you guys are extremely frustrated, and I wish that we could just put an end to it, but I need to be able to prove in my arrest warrant and then in front of a judge beyond a reasonable doubt that it was in fact that individual. So the first step would be, if, you call in and say, there's fireworks going off at 10:15, we're gonna swing by probably the next day, get a statement from you.
Okay.
And then we'll go up there and do our investigation. I have a pretty good rapport with him, so, you know, I could probably get him to tell me it was him. Same with Sergeant Baker. I wanted you to be aware of the process, and if it does go to court, you may be called and subpoenaed to sit on a stand and testify, as long as you're willing to do so,
Okay, so I need to call next time he
please.
does this. Okay, so give me your card so I can get your number.
Yep, I'll give you the
I really
dispatch
couldn't
number.
get to you last time. I lost your card that you gave me last August or whatever, right, cause it was a long time ago.
Yeah, no worries.
Right,
And the same goes for burning.
Yep.
Call the sheriff's office as well if he's burning. I did speak with him last week and issued him a warning for burning last week.
And I know you guys are all frustrated with the fireworks.
okay, so somebody else complained about the burning?
I called it in,
You called it in.
I did,
How'd you know?
cause I was there looking at it, and I called the chief directly.
Why were you there at 5:30 in the morning?
Oh no, this is in the afternoon.
Oh, this is
Dif-
afternoon.
Difference, I didn't call you in the afternoon, I called you in the morning.
Was it the morning? I don't remember.
I
Was it
called
that
you.
early that you saw it?
I was turkey hunting, and yes, you were out there at 5 o'clock in the morning turkey hunting. So, that's why I was on vacation, so,
Okay,
and I actually waited until, I came out of the woods and was returning back before I called the chief. So, but I witnessed it, and I do have a follow-up question, this would be for you. Is social media evidentiary?
That's a
No.
hard one.
There's a lot on social media about
It can
that.
be, it can be.
Cause I mean, he's
I've seen,
been so brazen that he's posting it.
Yeah.
And
that could be.
voice, identification, time,
Yep, that could be used as a course of conduct, absolutely.
I mean, it's,
Absolutely. So,
yeah, I mean, I don't
The
even,
text I assumed from the other day,
no, I didn't, that wasn't me that handled that, it was, 'cause I
thought
Baker.
Vicky had sent it to you.
She might have, Vicky texts me very frequently.
I know, but it was a text from him. I mean, he's clearly on drugs.
I know, she never did
Ah.
send me anything.
What's that?
I wouldn't do that.
Okay, okay, this was.
However-
This was quite the text.
I never did get a copy of anything from Vicky, no.
Okay.
However, like, I know the fireworks are pretty infrequent on when they do occur. If it's the middle of the day, which we did have that occurrence the other day, it's hard for me to prove disorderly conduct because it's not an unreasonable hour, just like, you know what I mean?
Sure,
So it would have to be what we would deem to be an unreasonable hour, which can be,
5:15 or 10:15.
you know, 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 9 o'clock on a Friday night, people will be out listening to music in their front yard or lighting off fireworks. We don't have anything that says that they can't do so.
Sure.
So I understand you guys are frustrated with it, it's just gonna be situational dependent on what we do and do not enforce. Because again, we have to take it to a judge and feel comfortable with it. So, but I had a pretty good conversation with him the tail end of last week, so hopefully this will,
Well, that didn't help last night.
yeah, I
You know,
see
I had to
that.
spend an hour with my dog, because every time this happens, I have to spend an hour with the dog, cause the dog is so stressed out.
I'll give you this
So,
and we will get a resolution for you.
one way or the other, this is gonna get resolved.
Can be
I'm
turkeys?
hopeful.
Not a one.
Again, if it's 10 o'clock at night, then yes, we can do something about it. And I will make it a point to go see him tonight.
So JT, when he's burning, is it garbage or wood?
Both.
Typically, in my experience, it's been wood,
The number's on the bottom
but
left.
there have been
Dispatch.
occurrences,
Okay.
so. And
Dispatch?
Yeah, that'll go directly to our
No,
dispatch
I got it,
center.
cause I called dispatch last time. Trying to be politically correct. Dispatch doesn't seem all that swift. But that's just an opinion.
I have no control over how fast
I know
they.
that, okay,
they
I have
dispatch.
this number and I was gonna call it again and have.
Yeah, that's the best way to get a
Contact
hold of
you,
us.
contact me, and it was like,
And I don't like some people have our work cell phone numbers, and I don't like giving them out because someone may have an emergency, call our work cell phone number,
fair enough.
and they can't get a hold of us, and then I feel bad because they were like, I tried calling you 5 times. It's like, I wasn't working. I'm sorry. So, and I actually had that situation Sunday. I was not at work. Somebody called my work phone 3 or 4 times for an emergency, and then they ended up calling 911. But then they got upset with me that I didn't answer my work phone when I was not at work.
So I should
So-
tell dispatch that it'd be nice if you called me, is that it?
Yeah, if you just call dispatch, be like, this is what's going on, I want to talk to the on-duty Effingham officer, and they will get a hold of us. And if we're not on duty and we're off duty and on call, they will call us.
Okay.
And if he's burning, dispatch the fire department.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we will we've pretty much told him that this was the last straw, so obviously that happened last night, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more breaks.
And a few days before that, and, you know, I mean, it's insanity. But he did say in the text that he's doing it through the chimney, which is interesting.
Hmm.
He's sending them up through his chimney.
Gotta clean it somehow.
Whatever. Okay. You'll
Yep.
hear from me.
That being said, how
You
does
okay?
everyone feel on
You
the
good?
fireworks ordinance?
I know, but I mean,
Well, we'll still live, so yeah, I'm good.
okay,
Can of worms.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
It's just, I don't wanna, I hate to, you know, rewrite the, you know, reinvent the wheel because of isolated incident here or there.
And I understand that, it's just, then it can be enforced any time of the day, whether disorderly conduct is obviously situational dependent, middle of the day. It's really not deemed unreasonable noise, because the middle of the day, most people are either about their daily lives or.
chainsaw, whatever,
It's
it's
not,
not more.
11:30 at night on a Tuesday.
So I mean, that's where you open up, not to be, you know, sympathetic with that situation, because, I mean, I think it goes a lot deeper. I'm following what I would consider to be threats on social media over this area, whatever. So what's declared as a nuisance? Obviously, you know, I have had nuisance complaints that aren't related to fireworks. Chainsaws, perfect example. Are we opening up a can of worms with, you know, so the sound of a firework, you may not be subjected to the flash. If you are subjected to the flash, that could trigger epileptic seizures and stuff that's actually medically true. Seen it in the years in EMS. But, you know, the Green Mountain Shooting Preserve, what is the difference between that banging and the banging of a firework? So I just don't wanna, you know, create an ordinance where somebody say, okay, well, we need this ordinance because this drives me crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm just, with the ordinances, it just could be, you know, like the Town of Freedom does, you limit it to certain days, you know, major holidays, they have specific ordinance. And then if it's outside of that, then we can actually choose to enforce it however we see fit. That's all I'm looking for, is just, because again, like, it was happening the other day at what, noontime we got those calls, it's hard to enforce it.
Wasting money shooting fireworks off during the day.
I don't know, I wish I had the
it's not
answer.
about that, so.
It's just, I'm looking
Well,
for,
bring, I mean, Freedom has it, you said?
yeah, so
So I
Freedom
would
has a.
say bring Freedoms and.
If I
let's
remember
review it.
right, theirs is like 2 days before.
I read it,
Theirs is super unique, and the funniest part about it is it's if the Red Sox win the World Series, they have a 24-hour window they can light fireworks off.
Oh, really?
I swear, look it up.
Mhm.
So, but they have,
nothing on Patriots, though.
no, but they have
That happens
certain,
more frequently than Boston Red Sox.
they have certain days during the year that they allow windows, cause we all know around the 4th of July, there are going to be fireworks, no matter how you go about it. I will
Better
say,
off
like,
with a generic noise ordinance versus
Yeah,
just
that's what I'm
fireworks.
thinking, a generic.
Well,
yes and no.
That's my fear, because then that gets into the things I was
Yeah, what's
talking about.
generic?
And I will say, like, Madison, like, the town of Madison has absolutely no fireworks ordinance at all whatsoever. And the police department gets bombarded
Oh, yeah.
with calls about fireworks. Absolutely bombarded.
So maybe we should do that.
I'm not looking for a no firework, I would say just certain windows. When they get bombarded, it's around the 4th of July, you know, Memorial Day weekend, like all the big holidays where there's an influx of people. That's how they choose, at their big
Right.
gatherings, that's how they choose to put on their
Right.
performances with fireworks.
We expected those days.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
And the lake on 4th of July is
Oh, you
just
get your
like
own
for
show.
4 hours, it's just constant.
That's what I watch from my house,
Oh, I believe it.
Providence Lake and everything else, I mean, I just watched the fireworks.
It's just an option that if we could explore, if it's not something that the town wants to do, I'm fine with it either way.
Well,
It's
again, I
just-
would say pull a couple of permit, you know, a couple of options for us to look at, and we'll
I'll pull Madison's and Freedom's, because then there's a no ordinance and there's a looser one.
Well, I'm not going for no order.
Yeah, absolutely, and I wouldn't expect you to either.
Yeah.
It's just, give us at least a leg to stand on, so that way, even in the middle of the day when we cannot enforce a disorderly conduct, there can still be some sort of a repercussion for any
Fine.
sort of an issue.
Public nuisance.
Unfortunately, that's not a crime,
Yeah,
so, we're gonna do what we can for you, obviously,
You'll hear from me,
I'm
sure sooner than later.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. Call us as soon as it happens, cause it's better, like, I didn't even know about last night. It's better for us to find out 2 minutes afterwards than 12 hours afterwards.
Cause the last time I called was a week ago,
Okay,
and I don't know if anybody responded or not, but.
I believe they did, yes. But we'll,
and certainly not to put, and not just you, but anybody that call in these instances, you know, it could be, you know, there's somebody squealing the tires in front of my house, which I wish people didn't decide that they need to rubber coat our brand new pavement on Pine River Road, but, you know, any of these complaints, we're not trying to put the onus on the complainant or the individual that's, you know, feels violated. But they have to see it, you know, it's a,
yeah.
certain crimes you'd have to be witnessed. So it's best to call as soon as the activity happens.
Right, and even if we sit in the area, you know, and they light off another one, okay, now we witnessed it. So it's like violation level offenses within the state of New Hampshire have to be either in-person witnessed by the officer, or we need a statement from you and have to draft a warrant and get it signed, either signed or not signed, based on probable cause by a judge, to decide if there is probable cause or not, based on your statement. Because that's just the way the violations have to, you
And
know,
that's fine, but we have a history also, right? I mean, there's some log, right? This has been going on for a year, so we must have a log of like, these are all the things. that-
absolutely, and there can be such thing as a course of conduct, but again, I have to be able to prove at an unreasonable hour. Like, there are some times that it has been unreasonable, and there's some times that it hasn't been. And each one of those times is its own individual offense, it's not like a one lump thing.
Yeah.
So,
So Chris, where did you see this on social media? So I can scrape that?
Facebook,
Yeah,
I
On
haven't seen
Facebook.
anything, but I will
Okay.
do some looking.
probably our
Yeah.
town, our voices,
What's that?
our town, our voices.
I didn't see it
group.
on there because I'm not, you know, I just saw it on Facebook,
So
But I
yes,
mean, that's-
please
that's
call us
one.
as soon as it's going, that helps us immensely. And if you don't mind, we may just pop a squat in your driveway and listen for a little bit,
You are welcome to sit there all you want
appreciate it.
and catch the people coming up 60 miles an hour up that hill.
Yeah,
Because one of these days.
I've taken up residency in Andrea's
Take a side
driveway.
swing.
Yeah, he gets a lot of invites to my driveway too.
Her driveway's perfect for it. So,
If you don't like it, down a little farther, by the orchard there,
yes,
there's a piece of grass, you'd fit right there too.
wonderful, thank you.
right between those little hills, that'd actually be a good little trap too,
Yeah, it would.
cause there's two hills. Come, yeah,
Yeah, it would be right.
Either side of
between
Highway Road.
Come sit on my driveway.
Yeah, I will. Talk to squirrels.
Clock Leo.
Yeah.
I got 10 miles an hour on my driveway.
Absolutely,
You're good?
thank you.
All set, thanks. Scott, will you talk to you later on the
Yeah.
beaver?
Yeah, I'll update you guys.
Appreciate it, or you wanna do it now?
No, we're still in public comment, so
Yes, we are.
if anybody had anything else.
Yeah.
Got
I mean-
anything, Lawrence, public comment? No?
No.
Alright. How about you, peanut gallery in the back?
No, I think I'm good,
Alright,
thank you.
Make a motion, adjourn?
I'll second. All in favor?
All in favor?
Discussion? Aye.
aye,
Aye. Thank you.
thank you, everybody.